Hi, welcome. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good afternoon, depends upon your time zone. So thank you so much once again for tuning in time for a 100 Days of Digital Mastery webinar series. Today, another important topic called blog we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, so thank you so much once again. We'll go, I think so, earlier we planned to have a kind of blog mastery series. We are not doing that because we have only 10 days now left out, and we have a lot many things to discuss about the championship. But still, I did not remove the blog as a topic from the topic, which is now when you prioritized, because we might add into the championship as a blogger and can also be participate. That we might do. Not yet decided based on the strategies and expert who's working with us. They will decide once the people actually decide to go with a blogger. So that's exactly the reason we will be continuing with maybe today, or sometime we may have to do tomorrow as well, because bloggers actually earlier we planned for a 1 week program, so we reduced it 2 days now. 1 day or max for 2 days. Okay, so thank you once again. So I'll connect you to the blog opportunity in detail, and we'll discuss one by one in all the opportunities about the blog which we are talking about, and slightly different from the digital marketing training which we have been doing last few days, because here I'll tell you the major difference when we start. You will really understand the major difference from what we have been doing last few days and what we are doing at the moment. Okay, so I'll get settled in. I'll connect you to the PowerPoint, then we'll start the presentations. Okay, so once again, I'll welcome all of you to the Digital Mastery Challenge, or today 90th day of our 100 Days program. Today, October 19th, Monday, I'm live from Doha, Qatar. So today's topic, we are going to discuss about how to make money blogging in 2020. So an updated content, because I have been doing another topic earlier for a blog. So I reinvented myself as a part of our version 2. All of you remember that in February 29th, I announced a lot of changes I was doing. So one of the reason now we updated the content. So I'll discuss with you in detail now. Before we proceed, just wanted to make sure that is one important point. So we are continuing the digital marketing series, right? Digital marketing, we started with email marketing, that we started with a display network, then social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, we covered. All of this time, we have been talking about from existing businesses, how you use the social media. It's a part of a digital marketing. Blog is also a part of that product, right? But today, it's not only an existing business you're using for a blog. We are discussing in the blog itself how you make money. Like a YouTube we discussed. Like YouTube in the digital marketing series, I agree. We only discussed about how to use for an existing e-commerce website or an affiliate website, how you use a YouTube for driving a traffic, getting the people to that, getting a lead, getting a social media presence, and identifying audience, or maybe through the syndication you are ranking in a Google first page, or getting you're part of SEO, how you can use a YouTube. So these are the things we discussed about YouTube in the digital marketing. But at the same time, we discussed as a YouTube as a Mastery 1 program, right? So similar style we are doing, but we don't have a mastery because of the time. One of the things we prioritized is few other things. So blog become a second part. So now today, maximum by tomorrow, we'll be discussing about blogging, how you make money with the blog. That's the reason, make money blogging. I don't want how to make money with blogging. That's exactly the topic we are discussing about in detail. Okay, so so another, as I mentioned it is earlier, life-changing, money from your blog as fast as possible, because many other people really started making good money with the blog. So first of all, try to understand it is most of the people, which is including my experience, especially now, last few years, actually, I stopped doing a training on a blogging. People think it's so easy to make money. It is one way, it is easy if you properly do. But at the same time, it is a lot of effort. And there are a few things which is from my experience, from my interactions with the people who are already making money with a blog and how they're continually making money. So that's one of some of the tips I would like to share with that way. So here, the first of all, if you plan to make money with the need, so we start with, normally we start with the product, then go to the money. Here, the first thing I would like to start with a point here is, if you plan to make money with a blog, don't treat it as a hobby. Treat like a business. You're starting a startup, so you need to treat like a business. So that's the first point on a blog, making money blog. So when you start an e-commerce business, when you start an affiliate marketing business, we treat that as a business, right? When we discuss the YouTube channel, we discuss about the same point. We we treat like a, no, not just a channel. Now we went for a faceless channel because we wanted money to make it. So that's what is we discussed about it, right? Now, here is the same point I would like to start with. So I know some of you already have a blog, and some of you already know the people are already doing a good blog, and you're part of a blog, and you're reading a blog, and you may be a guest post there, and you are doing it. I'm not talking about in that aspect. I'm talking about you're making money with a blog. So to make money with a blog, the first thing I want you to treat like a business. It's a business. So it's a serious business. People are making good money. So that way you need to think like a CEO who wanted to, to make money through the company to grow. So with a vision now to make a profit. So that's a very important part. So you think if you are planning to start as a blog today itself, you think about it as a startup for you. Only thing, you are only the person who's working, but sometimes you may also take somebody's help. One of the things which I tell you, some of the methods we'll be discussing with you about that one as well. It's not just a hobby. That's an important point. It's just a hobby. You may not make money. Okay. Now, I'm not this later part today. We'll discuss about how you set up a blog and how you use for a social media purpose. That we'll discuss in a separate as another portion of this. So we'll start discussing about how you make money with the blog, and the same concept can actually link with your OSM, link with your affiliate program, link with your e-commerce website, link with your drop service business, link with your all the things you can do. So, but at the moment, independently, you're thinking about you're starting your own blog business, to make money. So that's a point we are discussing about. Now, most of the bloggers actually fail immediately and they give up as well for making money. So why it is? What do you think is the reason? There are so many people are making money, but there are many people you can see so many bloggers with a lot of excitement they start and they give up immediately. You might have seen someone, it's not working for me, nobody getting a sponsors, nobody's Google AdSense is not giving money. So you can see so many people are going to say that. So first of all, we need to learn from them, right? Why they're failing. So we don't have to repeat the same mistakes. So that is exactly one of the things which I did it. So many people are those who are seriously doing a blogging, lot of articles, a lot of writing they had done, but I could not find them making money. So when I really went back and asked them what is the reason, so we learned so many things. I'll share with you that one it is, and I also share with you the people are making money. So that really make you. There are a lot of bloggers who really make money, and we can interact with them as well, right? So we'll evaluate that one. So one of the major reasons the people are doing a blogging to fail, the reason is they focus more on a writing. They think to have more content and to have it on a blog. So that's one of the reasons. So here it is actually, according to me, their focus most to be creating a system to make money. So writing is a part of that. Writing is not making money. Just for writing, you're not getting paid like Amazon is paying for every word you get on a 0.3 cents, right? There is a method of making money from Amazon writing for them. That's not the thing which we are talking about. That's not the small amount we are talking about. We are talking about people are making money, $30,000, $500,000 in a year. So these are the things which we are talking about. And multiple way, around 4 or 5 major way people are using money. So that's what is exactly we are talking about here to make money with a blog. In a way, even I know you all of us will take it very lightly because the blog is so easy to start. So you will not take it very seriously. So I want you to take it very, very seriously if you plan to make money through blog. Now, so you need to start imagining you're a business owner, not just a blogger. You're a blogger, come a business owner. So this never forget. So many of the people remain as a blogger, and they don't do any system creation. They don't look for even in the plan of what is the plan of action. Like any business, there's a plan of actions. there is a strategies. So there is a steps and process. So there's the system. So that's what exactly I'm talking about. You need to create a system. So we need to create a system how we make money through blog. Okay. Now let's get started. So in 2020, when you look at it as how we are going to make money. Now, how do we start a blog? The first step is, of course, web hosting and domain name. That there is a different level, which we discussed. Actually, even you can make a lot many websites are there. You can make any other things. So, which I'll, step by step, I'll explain you a bit later how you set up that one. And we also recommend even you can make in a adm website builder.com. Also, you can make a blog. So you can have a different level of a blog creation and do it as okay. So choose your blog's niche based on a market factors, not just your passions. That's an important part. Okay. Now, many people just make only on a passion as in a hobby. At the same time, your passion and passion must have a market factors as well. So this is an important aspect people are missing out, because most of the people are writing based on their just passion, but they forget there is a market factors, commissions, affiliate commissions, and product margin, and your rating, the Google AdSense rating, etc. So very important part. So 95% of the bloggers fail because what do you think is basically people think it is they're passionate not enough. Actually, that's not the reason, because they are passionately writing, they were passionately working on that group and that blog, but they were not making money because they don't have a proper system. So when you go into Google and search why bloggers fail, and you get the answers, So because they say they were not passionate enough. That's not true according to me, because it's not only the passionate enough, they need to have a there are various reasons. We'll discuss that one. Okay. Any businesses, to succeed, to make a profit, it has to be profitable, right? So here a blog also, when you treat your business, so you need to know how to make money, how it is feasible, how it is viable. So that exactly the point here is that bloggers need it needs to be profitable when you start doing a blogging. So it's not about a passion. It has to be so it's not only just a passion. It's a first step, as we discussed in the affiliate program, based on a passion. Then we need to go and identify what is the commission they give, how much is the market we get it, what is the cookies period. Similarly here, we need to look into my passion-oriented, this content is profitable or not. So now, so many content if you write, and we usually get exhausted with that. Now, you might have seen in consultingwithchan.com, I wrote a lot many blog articles. And of course, it helped me to rank on a Google for a certain industry, but it's not really make money unless you make a system out there. Okay. So many people say, I'm doing a blogging not for money, but just a hobby. If it genuinely, sincerely, that is the answer, that's perfect. So then you're not expecting a money. But you say that is, now you want to make money. Is many bloggers say, hey, Shan, can you help me to monetize this? Hey, can you help me to how to make money with this? Because I have this many viewers, etc., etc. They come. But in that phase, you need to treat it as a business. You cannot have it both in there, looking into this, say, I justify that this is I'm not for money, then I want money. That's not the way. So you need to look at that hobbies to convert into a business system. So you need to you should know how to make money. Many of the bloggers don't know how to make money. That's another issue. So when I ask about the monetization method, they just talk limited with only Google AdSense. They don't even know beyond what is the point. So there are different 10, 15 methods, right? So that's a method we'll discuss today. So that's the most important for bloggers to decide, what kind of money I can make with that. So you can, take a different niche. I'll take a couple of an example now, how you take a niche for it. Okay. Now, there are few things. I don't know. Some of you are already experts. Some of you are already doing a blog. I think some of you are already continuously you make an expert. Then there are beginners. So you maybe just started, or maybe today you're going to start. And also because the blog starting is so easy, many people jump and start, but they don't make money. So and the failure person is very high. Then they say blog cannot make money. So actually, that's not the problem of the blog, which we are the problem for not making money. Now, another thing, in my opinion, when you look at it is, bloggers really fail the people who are not able to convert from a blogger to business owner. So if you're not converting your blogging part to a business owner part, you don't really make money. So one of the reasons is basically because your hobbies or your interest or your passion, it may not be a potential niche. So then now you get a low value audience where you don't really make money. So it's not profitable. You don't have a sponsors. You don't have a right audience to give you money. So that's the reason. Uh, One of the reason it is actually people don't make money. Second part is essentially important is they forgot to leverage the networking. So blogging very important is you need to leverage the your contact, your connection to popularize your niche, go and become a guest post. All the things is important part. So some of the things in the niche, if you don't have a market demand, and you cannot actually make money. And plus, you cannot also scale a traffic. There are not many people are watching or reading. So there's no point of continuing with that the niche. You need to change that niche as well. So now the point here is, if you plan to do blog, we want you to succeed. So I'm thinking about based on this. So now the championship participants, one of the things optional we keeping it is now as we today. I think some of you already attended the session now, which other people can participate. I did not include the niche blog there, but we might add the bloggers there. But it's an important part. It's they need to have a systematic way to start. So that's one of the reason actually I would like you to focus on it. So if you wanted to start as a blog or as a championship, you may also join. So here, you really wanted to succeed. What are the things we need to do? First of all, launching your blog, not only just your passion, but 3 business factors also you need to consider. First of all, it is the most important, that the audience budget potential. The blog which the people are going to read and you are going to influence, you are going to get them on a board where for various purposes, you look at their budget potential. Do they have the money to invest? Do they have a potential to spend? That's very important. So who's your audience? And do they have money to pay? That's the first point you need to think. If there's no market potential, please don't to try that one. And you also need to leverage the professional level and to connect with the various people. And that's another thing. And you also look at the market demand on it. Okay. Now, when we start with the audience potential here, when we look at it is, you need to think about what is your problem you're solving through the blog, right? That's the first thing. So like we discussed, the moment you treat it as a business, you'll be solving a problem, right? So through a blog, what you're trying to solve, that's the first thing. So you need to really understand the challenges of the audiences that to give out a solution. So think about your audience, what are the problems they're going through. Now you can offer the solution which has a demand. So it's not just okay. There's a problem. There's not much demand. This again does not make an issue. So there's a demand for it. Now start looking in the niche. You are part of it. So that's the first thing. If you are reading some blog and you're taking a decision based on a blog advice, or you are actually influenced with that leverage and you follow that link which they provide, they influence you with that. So these are the things first thought you should have with this. The most important factor is the niche, as we discussed in the choosing the e-commerce niche or affiliate niche. Same way, blog also has a same factor of choosing a niche part. Now, when you're choosing a niche blog part, it's important is how much is your audience willing to spend? Are they have money to spend? That's one of the things that I would like to insist here. So let's say how we break down and see that one. Example, now you're planning to start a blog, with a web designing niche. Many people know how to set up a website. There are a lot of website designing platforms. When we set up a adm.qa, I went through so many blogs of understanding, what exactly people, IDA-based web developer, how it should work, how we can have a simple, e-commerce portal. It was in the beginning of our Corona time, because I was sure about Corona time, people are going to start utilizing various websites. So I went to so many blogs. So I can share with you a fantastic experience because I might have went through around 25, 30 bloggers, not only bloggers, and interacted with them to understand what they're looking for, etc. So here it is. When the people take as a niche, as a web designing niche. So what one of the things which I noticed is, they're definitely full of different readers, and most of the readers, when you look at the professional website designers, developers, and students. Okay, even business owner and they need to have latest website inspiration. So these are the things which usually a website or a blog they choose as a niche as a website designing they actually target. Now I don't know if you notice the problem here. I'll tell you what is the problem here. So it looks like a fantastic, right? Because I have a niche and I have a lot of web designers comes. There are students come and see, and even business owners, and they wanted to have a latest website inspirations. Now, the monetization niche, get a blog, you need to bring them through the funnel to maybe through an affiliate program. You make them buy maybe some of the websites. Maybe you maybe give the traffic to the Wix. You may traffic to the maybe GoDaddy. So many things you might do through that niche through an affiliate program, right? Through sales funnel. But here is content, of course, is important because you should be helping them. How do you set up a WordPress website? How do you set up an e-commerce website? How do you set up a membership website? And I was looking for which website builder to be started and which other website builder is there. So that way we started a website builder. So that's exactly the reason. So even that level people are talking about different things. Now, usually all the bloggers, what they do is they look at the freebies and give to them freebies and get the opt-in. That's one of the strategy, no doubt about it. That we always recommend that strategy. But there isn't a problem. There's a problem. I'll tell you. So just having an opt-in alone will not really solve the issue. But of course, you need an opt-in. But I'm talking about a standalone blog. Okay. Of course, you get an opt-in. You have an affiliate website, your e-commerce website. Of course, you can use that one as well. But I'm talking at the moment, you're just starting as a blog alone. So now in the affiliate marketing, when you promote a home decor brands, now what you did, you'd offer them email subscribers at $300 online courses, maybe for maybe a downloadable products as a digital products with the money back guarantee. When you get a private label or a white label, you offer them, and you also to make money with that. Maybe an expert website designers might take that one, right? So this approach is good. Actually, approach is good, right? What's wrong with this approach? No, nothing is wrong with this approach in per se. But the problem here, we are not able to scale it here. I know. So what the most, this is basically a bloggers do. This is style. I have a niche and my target audience is this. I'll offer them opt-in. I'll offer them another discount. I'll also give them money back guarantee, etc., etc. They'll start with that. Now here, when you look at it, is this actually many through this, and I did not I did not say you cannot make it. Actually, even people can make a passive income after a year because the renewal of that domain name website renewal come. You can start making a good money in the first year and second year onwards, right? That's a good thing to have. Okay, now. Is it a lucrative audience? So that's a question. Now, if you bring these people to your blog, so when you look at most of this the niche blog niche, who read the professionals who recently become website designers, and they are a professional, and usually they'll have an average salary. Then students, and they have very limited income, right? So that's exactly the problem with this niche. If you go with this approach, that's exactly the reason I'm saying you need to have different approach here. So this actually I have been telling since beginning, and that's now it's reflecting my approach as I mentioned it is. And there's a secret. What is the secret to that? So that just changing just one word in this approach, one word you change, and your potential, your money making, you are making $1, you make it $200. You're making $20, you make it $400. So that level it changes because it is you are adding one thing here. It is you're targeting retail web designing. So the moment you web designing is your niche, you change to retail web designing. So what happens here? So let me explain like this. So you're adding to just retail web designing, you're changing your B2C to B2B. This I have been telling since beginning, right? B2C is more tough and B2B is easy. B2B make more money than the B2C. So B2B is the best to start with in this aspect to do it best. Okay. So here is the moment you change that one word, but actually you can see a significant change in the niche itself. So think about it this way: if you're selling a large businesses instead of individuals, you make more money for two reasons, right? One is they have more funds available. So now when you go to a professional with the average salary, when you go to a student with not no income, they don't pay you for it. Even you try to sell some product through an affiliate program, or you're offering a membership, or you're giving a downloadable products or a private label products, they don't have the fund. So what are the points you're actually repeating with them again and again? So the same activities, same niche, web designing is your niche, web designing your passion. So then you can add this, just changing the approach slightly different to this one. And the second point is that not only they have a fund, actually that is most of the time the decision makers and the industries, the money is not coming from their own pocket, that business generated money, right? Now the business, if they have a fund, so it's easy for us to grab that one. So you need to look for which are the industries as a fund to sponsor your ad, or to pay you the money for various promotion activities. So for that, you may have to look into the industry. Which industry might pay you now? So that when you choose a niche, you need to also compare with this. This is my point. This you need to compare immediately what the market potential. So you are passionate about the travel. So you want to make a travel as a niche and do a blog. But at the moment, it's a very, very bad idea because all the borders are closed. People are not traveling. Number one. Number two, the competition, right? So that's where. Then, to what kind of a travel are you talking about? So then they have a budget to spend or not. For example, you are promoting normally a budget airline. So your target audience is the people who will be traveling with a less economy, and they don't have much time, much money to invest. Instead, you are travel industry. You are talking about the private jet selling. So you're selling on a private jet. So you're completely your segment is changed. Same thing on the flight, or maybe charter. You're doing an affiliate program for a charter flights. So somebody wanted to charter flight. Now that's become a very important for many other people. Start doing a chartered flights, right? So chartered flight you're promoting. So now the moment you're changing from that travel industry to the normal budget airline ticket we are selling to a charter flight, same passion in this industry is almost same, but you completely change the budget people has it. So now you're going to the corporate and the billionaires and millionaires, your approach is changed. And they have the money to invest. They have the fund to invest. So that's a market we should be looking. So that means you need to look into the marketing budget of these companies to give you the money as a blogger. So another beautiful thing about this approach is, and here's a content strategy, and you have a sales funnel, and almost the same for a B2C and a B2B. But retail web design niches will give you much more profit as well. Okay. So after you professional a brand, now you become known as a B2B design expert. I think I'm more convinced that's exactly the reason I'm promoting as a B2B, as I mentioned to you when I sold in a holiday package. It's in a B2B. Is that approach has changed my my success. That's the reason I think a small approach to the B2C to B2B make a much sense, and a B2B really make a sense as to focus more on it. Okay. So while choosing a niche, rather than worrying about your passion and getting the thousands of passive income, low value site visitors, passive low value, focus on closing in 2 to 3 high value products. That's exactly I told you. But for example, as I told you, in a budget airline, when you look at it, you got so many people coming to your blog, or maybe looking into the budget airline ticket you are buying it is, and you have very less, that is affiliate margin for a flight ticket will be almost nothing. And you same kind of an effort if you do, and you change this approach, instead of talking to 3,000 people, just talk to 3 to 4 people, those who wanted to chart a flight. So these approach what we do, they have a fund to invest and they have high value investment also. So now less number of people interacting, less number of energy you're putting, you get a more number of offer. Okay. So this is a very, very important approach. These kind of an approach you need to change. So apart from the passion and hobbies, most of the bloggers say this is my hobby. If you are looking for making money or if you are interested in money, once your blog is grown, now you want to make money. So important to have this approach to have the people who have money to invest. So you need to change that one immediately. Okay, that's one. Now, you can also should leverage your professional leverage should be there for when you're choosing a blog niche. Basically, now once you have it as a lucrative audience, now you need to discover their potential. I mean, potential people, and for you to can connect with that. That's a very, very important part. So that you need to little uncomfortable will be there because sometimes you need to personally ask and get that guest post facilities and promotion facility to do it. Okay, so think about what's your current level of professional experience you have, and what kind of connection you have in your industry. So they think about this one. And can I leverage this experience into a profitable blog? Think about that. These 3 points, if you can think about it, then you can have an audience in a strategic advantage to others what you have. Then think about you can have these contribution of the portion to do. So if I may connect with my experience with this, I know when I started, as I mentioned to you, this was earlier. As I also started writing that just like a passion to somewhere. Sometime when you do a presentation, the entire notes I convert as a blog and keep it. Or sometimes many of the people actually I want them to read the article for bits and pieces of 3 to 4 different articles. So they don't read articles, and so I put as a blog and read my blog. So that was what I was doing. So when I was doing that, uh, you know, I started thinking about some of the thing industry. I can also get a client. I was as part of consulting. I was looking for my objective on my blog was not just monetizing, to getting a client for my businesses. Okay, so then when I'm looking at the consulting, blogging, it was consulting. It was so many people are doing. Starting from McKinsey, there are hundreds and thousands of people are doing a blogging, and on a daily basis there is enough material for people has to read it. Now, how do I make a difference here? So what I was doing just before that, I was selling a smart card based loyalty reward program. So I gained a lot of significant experience to my smart card business. I also went through many technological, discoveries with by in those days, which was quite new. So I went through levels of various levels of understanding or knowledge or a training program. And when you start working for one industry, on a daily basis, you look into a lot of proposals and methods and presentations and interactions and meetings. You will find so many things, right? So I found so many lot of information. I started gathering out a loyalty program. So I started blogging about loyalty program level 2, level 3, how you can have a best loyalty program and technology. That's when talking about 2000 6, 7, 8 period, loyalty was comparatively new. So when I wrote about what kind of technology you can use, and lot many tech people also started reading about, especially the loyalty reward program company. So especially either vice president loyalty program, or the marketing fellow who's handling the loyalty program, or the CRM fellow who's handling a loyalty program, maybe the director of a loyalty program. All these people are my target audience. Instead of some normal MBA students reading and understanding our loyalty program, there are so many people ask me back to so many questions. Can you share the document, etc. So I did not share that document, but I knew that they will read, but I was not focusing them to come and do. So when you've seen in my profile, you can see there are so many corporate clients which I got it, which is the reason or the secret. I don't know if the secret is the secret. How I got it is when many people think how you got this kind of line. So that's a secret is I read this blogging. So in the blogging, which I talk about the technology, so the people who wanted to go for loyalty program and those who are in charge of a loyalty program, okay, Jet Airways like a companies, or the Taj group of hotels like a companies. So their loyalty people, they have on a daily basis, they have a challenge to improve the loyalty program. So their report there to improve the number of people enrolled, number of people upgraded, and the new program came out, new campaign, and motivation for the people to spend more, and rewarding more, and redemption more, and membership renewal. So many questions are there headache on a daily basis, starting from vice president or a CEO or level of the loyalty program of that companies, and maybe into the smaller level, the business executives and the CRM people also has the same kind of a headache for for a loyalty reward program. That's the time I'm sending out my blog talking about technology expansion, and I'm also talking about the features of the loyalty program. So as you know, it's 2 3 years. I think it's a 4 years. When running a loyalty program with almost every quarter, there is a new innovations to be done. So because it's actually I had something called every 3 months I used to run a boot camp for loyalty program. So every time people used to repeat because the repeated customers I used to giving a better price. So the people repeat. So I need to tell the new stories and new things. So I innovated myself. So many loyalty reward program across the globe, I compiled and the features actually started listing out. So everybody found that is enough. So that was a secret to get a lot many clients, especially the corporate clients to get it. So that objective was very clear. I thought some connections I can have to do it is. Now, how do these people got it? These blogs. So because it's a simple blog. Now to reaching out the blog is important, right? So I went and took out time to asking the people who attended with me the loyalty program workshops, or the people who are in charge, which I personally know, maybe through business work or otherwise also. I told them, can you do a guest post of mine? So they did a guest post of mine because the moment so this company do this kind of a guest post, actually get a much more leverage to reach out to the people because they may not be reading my article in my blog, but the moment a Taj do, I think Taj and Chet, both companies actually helped me to do this one. So both of them did it, both as a large corporate. Their blog, their competitors like a Marriott and Sheraton and Hilton and Hyatt, they'll be reading. And same thing, Jet, Emirates and Cathay Pacific and British Airline, and all these companies also will be reading. So that's a way I could reach out to the more number of targeted audience to do. So this is exactly I'm talking about here. So you need to take that one, and to get that influence. So a successful blog need to build an influence of people. This is another important point you should do. Okay. And you also build authority. You need to step outside of the comfort zone and leverage connections. That's what exactly I did it. So it may not be that easy. I agree. Sometimes to asking a favor, can I do a blog post? People ask you, how come you want to? What's your credibility if you don't know them? So many, but some people immediately allow. Some people encourage that one. Some people ask about your background, your blog, etc., etc. That sort of thing. But definitely your connection, your personal connection, you need to leverage to write as a guest post there. Okay, I mean to have a good relationship with that. Okay, so here it is very important for to have it is leveraging as well. Now this with the new connections, you need to have a connection with the many other bloggers who can give you guest post opportunity as well. So outreaching this relationship also, you can have an authoritative site. We discussed this one. Link building time, we discuss about your niche should have a good incoming link and outgoing link. So very, very important part. So this post gives you relevant high domain authority. So you need to look into domain authorities. Remember how far, I believe all of you remember that when we discussed with the domain authority of in the part of a link building. So blog is a very important part of SEO. So never forget that rule. So keep on. And it's also backlink for the SEO, so very important. So it's the Google search ranking, how it is coming. It's so domain authority, you definitely should check it. Now, again, here is a part of a Google, sorry, a part of the blog, you never forget the Google. So to the blog also, Google gives you around 3.5 billion searches happening now as per the latest statistics. So please make sure that is, from that we get, see, 3.5 billion searches a day. So think about a minute percentage where people are directing to you. So that's why we should think about about that one. Okay. So there's a plenty of traffic around the world. We can get that traffic, and many of the connection which we have. And to publish our blog, we need to reach out to them. So when you reach out to them, you usually will have a question: why should someone actually feature me? In the blog, according to you need to understand here is a point. If you have a relevant content, the value actually, not the content, because the blog, according to me, what you're offering. Because when I wrote a blog, it was not a great writing, but the points which I'm talking to, which was making sense to them. So I was putting as a just like a step one. So look at the technology aspect. These are the innovation required. Step two, how you apply this kind of a technology. If you have a multi-application or a large reward car or working on a smart car, how do you leverage that as one property to another property? So these are the things which I was discussing about it. So that has a value for the people who are reading. It's not that a great reading. Okay. So that's one is. So normally when you don't have a writer, a great content, of course you can have a great content. I'll tell you some shortcut after some time. But if you don't have a great content, you think is why should anyone feature me? That's one normal question we get it. So, but actually, the fact is, all the bloggers is basically looking for a content. They also basically looking to get a more number of people to different places, and to adding to their network on a daily basis through a blog as well, right? So this is the opportunity we need to take it there. Okay. So another thing is, if if you have background, the leverage your background, say I'm so and so introduce. So like that's what I did. I said I'm the co-founder of the CEO of the loyalty program. Recently, I sold my company of a loyalty program. I have 32 million customers across the globe. So blah blah blah. That leverage part, when you wrote that, you get that credibility as well. So it's not necessary that is you should have a large level. For example, if you're a simple photographer, now you need to look at the photographers influence. Some people in that industry very well, so you can leverage that contacts to accelerate and talking about maybe about wedding photography or a corporate photography or a portfolio photography. So you can talk and do that one. So this option, so making connection is a very very important, and it's a physically. I mean, physically means online only, but you have to. It's not automated one. You need to take an initiative to go to the people to feature you, to have a link with you. So link building is very important on a blog part as well. Okay. Now we go to third one is basically your niche needs a market demand. So once we choose a niche, the problem is there's no market demand. There's no point actually promoting the niche as we discussed in the beginning. So what is the first step on it? The first step is actually looking at the demand of the niche. So before you starting that is, you need to look into that is how much the commission these niche is giving from an affiliate program. If you are selling a physical product, how much the margin as a drop shipper you get it. As a drop services, how much you get it. Even a Google AdSense, what the possibility of their placing an ad with you on a regular basis. Other monetization program. So everything you may look into, add more on it. The two main types of monetization basically, based on a niche when you go, you need to have good niche keywords, right? The keywords is basically, as that I always recommend is the best list post or how to. This is the two long tail keyword basically you can start with. So the niche before you go into monetizing, to make sure that you choose the right keyword with that niche. So in the keywords, like any other OSM or a affiliate program or a drop service or a social media influencer, so everything we need to start with the keyword part. So best list post, how do you leverage that keyword, and how to that guide you should do it. So these two main types of keywords actually it's a mostly actually affiliate marketing revenue can be created. So that's exactly the reason I always recommend the long tail keyword with this best of or a best top 10, or maybe how to develop a software, or how to develop a mobile application. This kind of a how to also you can use the keywords and make that keyword in the bucket list and add that keyword part of your blog keyword. If you want an example, I'll tell you a few examples. So if you are travel doing it is, so best travel insurance can be one of the keyword, or best travel backpack can be another keyword. So if you're a travel niche, comes under travel niche, these are the keywords you should be using. In finances, it's going to be a best saving account or a best financial agencies if you can have that way. Now in technology, you can talking about now, for example, as VR headset. VR headset has become very common. So you can have best VR headset. So people look into that's one of the keywords you can use. And plus you can have the best mobile phones. This also can be used as a keywords. Okay. So that's for a best. So these are the keyword in general, even though not for a blog, other one also you can use the same. Now, in case of a how-to, uh, that's the example if you take in it is okay. In marketing, how to make a website for getting sales, or if you are doing home decor, how to decorate your bedroom. That can be another thing. It can be in the lifestyle niche as well. Now, in health, how to get rid of acne. You can actually, like a cosmetic or a healthcare you're doing, you can also have that one. So, how to guides are long, form of tutorial packed with a lot of high quality content you can have. So, these are the content is actually good for affiliate link as well. Okay. Once you understand your leverage and a passion, you need to choose the niche, top 10 keywords of the target. If you're looking for a uh, keyword search of 11, you can actually go for 11 keyword as well. But when you say top 10 keywords are the best, because the 10 keywords is to be there. Now, of course, a keyword planner, like we discussed earlier, keyword planner is the best one to start using. And some of the strategies on a keyword research and a blogging are slightly different. So here I'm not referring at SEO 101. So I just want to differentiate here. SEO 101 is your blog is a part of your SEO program or part of your e-commerce business, part of your OSM. But you are planning to do a blog is separately the 5 keywords. Top 5 out of the 10 keywords, the top 5 keywords. Look at search volume at least 5,000. Okay, it's not necessary to have 30,000 to 100,000. You look at the start with 5,000. And after that one, of course, when you are comparing this same blog for your affiliate website, definitely that will have a different count. But again, that is blog alone is not necessary to have that kind of a ranking. But the keyword of a primary keyword definitely should have recorded 30,000 to 100,000. Okay. Now, when you look at it as keyword difficulty score, when you in the most ranking, when you look at 0 to 100 on a difficulty will be, to rank the keyword. So this basically, keyword with over 2,000 monthly search and 50 difficulty score also you can choose. It's not an issue, but you don't have to stick with the like other thing with this go to the SEO 101. Okay. At the same time, as you know, blog is always about ranking in a Google. So definitely your domain rating also you should be looking in a search engine ranking process. That's also an important step we need to take care. If the top 10 result, domain is relevant is there actually, you can actually have that is do it as on page SEO and off page SEO to get a traffic part. You can take care of that. However, if you see the website with the under 50 of the on page, then it's an indication you can actually rank it as. Well, part of an SEO process, as we discussed earlier, same method, but here you don't have to follow SEO 101 when you discuss with SEO 101. That particular strategies we discussed. So this has a different strategy to rank on. So in a recap, researching a blog market demand, shoot on topics that are keywords with at least 2,000 monthly searches. So this is very important to have it as when you before starting the blog. So when most of the bloggers, if you ask them what are the keyword you're targeted, they not even did a keyword research. So keyword research is important and not necessarily like a 30,000 and all. You can start with even 2,000 monthly searches. So on keyword difficulty, keyword score under 50. Okay. The first page of Google, I know at least domain ranking under 50 is important. To summarize, focus less on a writing. That's my point. And more to do a keyword research, then write. So instead of you writing lot when your passion, make sure that is the content you're putting. It has a good number of keyword research, keyword you have done. And when you're writing, once you have a keyword is ready, you can use a Fiverr like a portal to make a freelancers write for you. It's not that expensive. You can also do that for you. So there are plenty of writers, and even they do editing and proofing and publishing, everything they do. So this is the way you can do the blog part. Now we'll go to the next part of the process, how we set up this blog. The first one is actually, of course, outreach and guest post. Never forget that guest post is very important. And you need to outsource. According to me, you will not be alone handling and reaching anywhere. If you're treating like a blog is a business, you need to outsource so many activities. And the quality backlink is very important, as we discussed in the last SEO classes. So backlink is also important here. And this process in it repeatedly we should do. This is not maybe coming out of 5 to 10 weeks and maybe around 10, 15 articles is not enough. So we need to repeat the process and do it. Now, once we have this one, how do we start monetizing it? So, relationship is the foundation. So, the people you know, your network, your industry part. That's the time you say, I have a blog. What's your opinion about the relationship? Building on having the monetization program and the sponsorship program. It's a very important there. Okay. So before you start building the relationship with other bloggers, you can actually do good relations with other bloggers to give you backlink as we discussed. You have to understand one central theme. Now, one that is exactly what the value you're providing. The entire bloggers ask you first thing about what the value you provide to the people. So by making a blog, so that is very important for you to understand it is okay. Now, now even you ask yourself when you are planning to do a relationship with another blogger, so what value you are giving? Why should he help you? And so he'll also will be thinking, why should I help him? So what is the benefit I am getting it is, right? So that's very important aspect. So you also think that the first step is understanding a value and what you can help the target audience, what the level you can help them. That's very important aspect. So this information will be vital, and it should be there near initial email outreach. The email outreach should talk about it. I have a blog, something like this. I have an article. It's in a Google Analytics says that so many people are read in African countries or in Australia. So you can need to go and talk about this outreach about this what you are doing it is. So once you reach now the people you wanted to list out, take out a list of your targeted websites. Then once you understand the value you're providing and building the blog outreach to them and start by emailing them and connecting with them. So before you start doing, one thing that's actually I would like you to do, this one is actually I had done, same model. So I would recommend it to how it is. You look at their website and the name, you can actually take it out. I'll tell you a couple of tools I added today for you to get the email pattern. Someone asked me yesterday, I added that point. The name and email address and status. So this very important. So when you are reaching out to the college people, that's exactly the reason in the beginning I mentioned. Instead of targeting so many students and professionals, something like that you do very hard for you. So instead you look at the B2B. Now, if you are doing something, some product you're supplying to the some kind of industry, and that industry look at they have budget, and you take if you have budget, again the conversion ratio will be almost the same, right? So you even if the ratio is high with the smaller people, but the overall profit what you're making will be the same or much more than that in this case. So that level you have to think and take a decision here. So first of all, before you start reaching outreach, you go to their website and take out the website and list out the name and email address and put it in a chart. So once you have a sufficient number of that one, you can start. Not immediately, don't start. So look up the target block monthly site visitors and domain authority and plug in their URL into an SEO tool like you can href you can look into. So by taking this one, why you're taking this website with them, this their URL I mentioned his website here. So website you can actually check their website status, their ranking factors, so you can actually talk the value with them. So once you pad down on your list of blogs based on a criteria you have, then a right person to contact. So once you know that okay, these people don't have a much ranking on a Google, and where they start on SEO, as a blogger you can take that leverage as well. So now based on this one, right person to contact. So how do you reach out to the first right person? As we discussed earlier, it's a LinkedIn. So all these people usually are there in LinkedIn. So LinkedIn use that and start by filtering your search by blogs company page, and within the company you can search within the company itself you can search like a content manager and SEO manager, editors, marketing managers. You can actually search that one, and you'll find 2 to 3 potential contacts and connect with them through LinkedIn itself. So that's the easiest method to start connecting. And you can also go for a second degree connections and third degree also. You can actually prioritize what you wanted to do. It is. So another thing is the moment you start making a connection at a time, please do not spend a lot of people you are creating connection. So actually, LinkedIn connect you as a spam. Maybe around 30 minutes you spend and stop. The next day you start doing. It is not on a daily basis doing the same thing and again. Okay. Now, once you reach the LinkedIn and you need their email ID to send you, not only in a LinkedIn you want to send it, you want to send to their email ID. So what you do, you go to 100.io. 100.io, what they do is they'll help you to find an email address and domain, domain as well. For example, they give you email ID patterns. So they said this. Usually, most of the companies, which we discussed with you last time, I did not show you an example. So if you are a company, that using first name and blog.com, or first name and last name also they might be using. So the pattern. So now all the companies people list is there with you in a LinkedIn. To all of them, all the content writers, SEOs, and social media people, you can actually send one mail. So you can send out an email to the right target audience. They know the importance of the blog, and from there they take the information from you and take it forward instead of sending a random email to everyone. So that's an important point. Now, in the 100.io, actually, you can actually check the email there, and you get the idea of what kind of a email they're actually utilizing. And this add contact information to your spreadsheet actually you can do, and start relationship and pitch guest and post at the same time you can do that important. So relationship is very, very important in the blog to the guest post to get it. And there is no other option. There are many other options. It's not that easy. And plus, you don't get this leverage to get it immediately. Otherwise, you have to wait 2-3 years to become popular. But these people actually, guest post, if you could do, their result will be much faster. So once you have 50 to 100 potential contacts from LinkedIn, then you start mailing it. So that's what I recommend. You start with if you have a blog properly set up, around 100 mails you have extracted, then you can do it. You can also scale your guest blogging strategy and email template to start a relationship while asking guest posts at the same time. You can do that one as well. Now, you can also have sample guest post email templates to the people to use as well. And use the content and start emailing. So make a good content and start emailing to your 100 mail. Definitely you get a result from that. So there are 4 main criteria to pitch guest blogging when you look into that. One is actually Google search. At the moment you don't have it in their website, right? So when you have topic idea, go to Google and search and scan the blog to check if it already exists or not. In the Google, when you do, you can actually scan with their Google and find out it's there or not. Now, once you don't have, your topic, keywords have an SEO value, go back to a tools, and you can actually get enter that idea from there as well. Okay, the topic matches your expertise. You should be able to write intelligently and subject to use the guest blog to build more influence based on your niche. So this is the next step we should do. The topic also should match with your audience interest. And you also look into as a guest players, you need to check their editorial guideline because they might tell you some instruction. So that's important. Sometimes it depends upon the legal issues or maybe a strategy issues or a policy issues. You need to take care of that one. Now, once the topic is accepted, you can move into the guest blogging strategies. So actually, you need to, according to me, the guest blogging strategy is very important to make money from, to get the real money from the bloggers, because otherwise you will take a very long time to reach that position. So your domain authorities, have it in the high one, and that has a good impact, blog SEO as well. So 65% of the marketers say that link building is the toughest SEO tactic to master. I also feel the same. Link building is always a challenge, right? So, but at the same time, it's also rewarding. So as the quality link gives you the faster result. So infographics and case studies and making link, all this thing you can also add to the blog and increase the visibility as well. Now, content quality of your guest post is very important. Your credibility is completely over there. So make sure you properly use good headings and paragraph text properly, and link to your content, all the links, and follow the guest post guideline, whatever the editorial said, and closely use one of the best grammar checker tools and make sure that there's no grammar mistakes and everything is not there. Okay. Now, Once you had done it properly set up. So the blog you are actually properly set up, and now you have a very good look and feel, all the rules you have followed. Now the most important thing is you need to monetize your blog then immediately, right? So how do you monetize your blog? Now there are so many ways. All of you know, blog we can do so many things to make money. So we'll start one by one. One is affiliate marketing, no doubt about it. That's the reason when we are doing an affiliate program, there's an any blog. You can also have a in the blog through fantastic affiliate marketing. So especially when you are talking about one topic. So like when you're blogging, the example which I said is a web designing. So you starting from where how you affiliate marketing you do very systematically you should do an affiliate marketing. It's not like an you putting to an e-commerce store. You're not setting up a store here. You're setting up a blog. So you very smartly, and I'll tell you a couple of examples. How do you affiliate marketing there? The example which I said earlier, which one? You're starting a web designing company. So when you're starting a web designing company, web designing tools you're talking as a niche. Now, this is a niche you're talking about. They're having a web designing opportunity, there, right? Web designing, how to make a web design that you're teaching. So earlier we discussed about you're talking to students and the people, what is that? The professionals with an average salary people. So when they don't have a budget, actually, you're not really making money. So now when you go with affiliate marketing also with the same link, basically you not make money because most of the people may not even buy many of the things. So that's the reason affiliate marketing, your target audience is important. Now the affiliate marketing, basically, you can actually tune with the content you have. For example, how do we say, like for example, let's take this example itself in a web designing part. So you talk about the web designing, the first step, you say the domain. So domain name, you're choosing a domain name. So choosing a domain name, you talk about the guideline and everything. Then how to register a domain name. You also help them with the examples, or with an examples, or with a link you give them. Then you keep your affiliate program. They click here and go and register it is. So when they keep that link there, when they go and purchase domain name, you get a small percentage as an affiliate commission. He's buying a space. There you get a higher good margin because as you know, compared to domain, your hosting providing or other part has more money people to share. That is exactly the budget because affiliate program or domain will not have much budget. So that's exactly the reason affiliate marketing is very, very important for you to have a market potential for the people to associate as an affiliate program to make money. So otherwise you don't make money. That's the first thing. So this is an example. Now, second one is actually I told you about another blogger. Is a very interestingly he making a money with the blogging party talking about how to assemble the laptop. Okay, or assemble how to make an assembled PC. So how to make an assembled PC. So when we talking about assembling the PC, so he talking about what he wanted first. So he talked about motherboard, then he talked about SMPS, then talk about hard drive, then talk about the and other peripherals. All the things when he's talking about, every time he keep a link with a couple of websites where I feel it is this the monitor is better, and a link to the maybe Amazon. So then you say another thing is if the keyword is better, this is in Logitech. So Logitech in another link you get another website with an affiliate program. So the communication we are doing to the people through the blog, which is basically about the content value you are providing. At the same time, you also have an affiliate link all the places. So now when they're as a part of the content, you're keeping a link, they really feel it is helpful to them. Of course, it's helpful to them as well. But that link is directly they can click and land in the URL, which is properly done. So you get an affiliate commission. So this is the way you will be providing a value and your presentation also the same way. That's an important aspect. So now forget that one. So this is a part of an affiliate marketing strategy. This is two examples. Never forget. Not like other affiliate program, which we can keep adding a product there and doing this. It's not a good idea. So this way you should do. Okay, affiliate marketing. Now, definitely ads is another option. Various kind of an advertisement. You can, of course, Google AdSense you can have an ad. You can also go to Propeller Ads and take an ads. And the different places where you can get an advertisement. There are sponsorship you will get. There are also kind of an ads you have. Sponsorship I'll speak to you a bit later. Now, ad search is basically uh, like Google AdSense can have, popular AdSense can have, but you can also have there is a lot of publishers, sorry, lot of ad networks gives you the ad. You can sign up with them and you can get as an affiliate marketing. How you sign up? Same way, CPM, CPA, CPL programs ad you can actually keep in your uh, site as well, and I mean your blog as well. That's an ad. Okay. The third one is basically people promote online courses directly and indirectly. The online courses directly means I mean your own courses you can offer in your blog with the the paywall. So you can also have other courses connected to the affiliate program. Also you can promote or you can do this are an online courses. It's a way people to make money and it's a have a high good margin as well. Now, one-on-one coaching, that's a very common these days, especially with the COVID-19, this become very, very important. And people wanted coaching and mentoring. That would exactly we also believe. That's the reason we also encouraging the people to become a mentors. So one-on-one coaching is the most important aspects of many of the businesses or maybe even to the aspiring entrepreneurs. So through a blog, once you put a lot of articles and content you shared with the people, then automatically they will consider you as an expert in this field. You have an knowledge in this field. So you can start a one-on-one coaching as well for the people whatever they wanted in their field to achieve their vision, mission, etc. Which we're going to discuss maybe tomorrow or maybe maybe Thursday or Saturday. We are going to do a session called DM. So that's same thing. One-on-one coaching. You need to go and talk to them. That one. Then other one is a consulting. That's what I have been doing. I think I mentioned to you that is loyalty consulting I was doing through a blogging. So to get a client, so to present you as an expert in that particular field, it's a much better than your profile. Your profile is they know that you're directly looking for an opportunity. This year in the blogging part, you can actually directly and indirectly mention about your credibility and experience and whatever you have done it is. So that is actually should be mentioned in your blog and you can take that as an opportunity to reach out to the people as for a consulting purpose. So when I mentioned earlier, it is my objective was to 100 to 100 emails I sent out to a loyalty program. So I used to target around 25 emails for airline industry, 25 emails for hospitality industry, 25 emails can be for a corporate company, can be timeshare companies. So like that, I used to divide and send it. So then it's almost the same content to reaching out only maybe in the content only industry level, it might. So the consulting, if you plan to do consulting for a blog, is a very important tool to reach out to the customers. And every every consultant should be a blogger according to me. Because once you do, it is, there are a lot of articles you can do. You can want to see this as an example. You go to my website, consultingwithstan.com. You can see my blog there. So I put a lot of blog there. And basically the blogs, when you look at it, is most of the blog is the purpose is to give to one particular client. You may think, how come you particular topic on this one, which is not my core area. But sometimes some of the clients you wanted to meet and sometimes you wanted to get them into a partnership and tie up. So you need to get an entry to go and talk to them. So sometimes your thing which you're talking about, they may not give you an appointment. So which I use this method. Hey, I'm so-and-so. And I would like to discuss even that. And I'm also would like to discuss with this point. So there's a 2 points. So that way you can get a relationship building and them to promote. This is also important part. So consulting, if you are a consultant or you're planning to become a consultant, the blogging a very, very important part. So consulting is another advantage of the consulting. When you look at the high value ticket here, affiliate marketing, as you know, may not be a high value ticket, depends on the project. Ads, same thing, there is a limited budget, so most of the company will have. Online courses, you have good traffic, of course, you could make a good money. One-on-one coaching and consulting, it's basically you get a high net worth client. That is an opportunity we all of us will get it, a fantastic opportunity. Because once you get a high value client for their coaching for entire organization as individual coaching or maybe consulting, so you may charge offline, but you build the relationship, your work immediately start, and you have a quality things to perform as well. You have a real quality there, as what you do. So once you have a good quality to work on a blog, you can show your caliber as well. So this I strongly recommend all this method: affiliate marketing, ads, online courses, and one-on-one coaching and consulting. Now we'll go to the sponsored post. The sponsored post is another smart way to make money, and you can get a longer contract as well. And it depends upon even a political parties, especially some of the elections, they usually use a blog Like now US elections, bloggers are getting good money now because the different articles should come, people read it out. So that is it's a sponsored post. It's just, is, directly and indirectly is also a good option to have it as. Now you can also have a selling of physical products. So now you become an authority. You are putting in a lot of time and energy for your putting in a niche blog is developing. So then selling of your physical products is also an option if you have your own product. If you don't have any product, of course, it can be an affiliate or a dropship. You can do this one. So these are the major things to make money for affiliate program, which I recommend. Sorry, to make money through blog, I recommend affiliate marketing, ads, online courses, one-on-one coaching, consulting, sponsored post, and selling physical products. So there are a few other things which is we'll discuss a bit later on it. Okay. Some of the things is important is these require a good quality traffic. So you need to plan very well to make this monetization. Now you also should think about where to start, how to start. Everything is important. Now, if you just created a new travel blog, no makes sense to put all of the you putting the ad in all of the site is not you just create it. So now these tactics record hundreds and thousands of monthly visitors. Then you put a board. So unless somebody is not watching that video, sorry, advertisement or the banner, it does not make sense. So you need a lot of people visiting your website is becoming important. So same with the generating and affiliate marketing also. Everybody is not going to click, and whoever click is not going to buy. Again, you need to work on that. As we discussed, the average of a 3% is not changing here. Average of 3% is only people have visitors. Now you can also plan. There's with the timeline of your blog monetization. So you basically, when you look at it, there are a few areas we need to focus. Can be something like this, but it's a very time consuming. I'll tell you another method also. So for example, 1 to 90 days, you focus on a high-end consulting. That's what I did in the first 3 months. I thought of trying this. Okay, so around 0 to 1,000 monthly visitors will come to your website. That's what exactly result you get. 90 to 190 days, affiliate marketing, 1,000 to 2,000, 2,500 monthly visitors also, you can actually take it. Now 180 to 365 days, it's approximately a year, 6 months to 1 year, your first online course. Now 5,000 monthly site visitors come because it's a payment, paid it to enough people did not take it seriously. So what do we do? Your first the online courses, initial 5,000 monthly visitors. Once you have, you can actually start offering the courses as well. Okay. Now 365 is having a course membership. Now you can actually 100,000 monthly site visitors are there. You can also have a membership program. So all these things, when you look at it, it's taking a very long time, right? So if you are building a relationship and treating a blog like a business, actually you might get a high-end volume clients. So not necessary to go this method. If you have a few clients, really make you more money. So that exactly many of the bloggers are doing. They have 4 or 5 sponsors. They make them happy, and that's the sponsorship they get, and they will not deviate from there. And even any decision they're taking, it should be part of that. Okay. Now, now we'll go to the next part as a master your blog sales funnel. Now in the blog, if you plan to sell a membership or a courses, must have a sales funnel. So because and it's easy to have a sales funnel in the blog, and people are reading, and you can take from the level 1 to level 2 to level 3 one by one, and you can get that. What is it? The sales upsell through upsell and cross sell. You can actually get that one. Okay. So sales usually sales funnel will be comprised of 5 primary areas, leading users to come to the consulting offer with price. This is what I've tried. You can actually take any example for that. Do this. Okay. Now, scalable traffic, you can also focus on lower priced offers like online courses, affiliate products, sponsored posts, and digital download. Also, you can have on your same platform. So you can have a multiple third, but actually should not the high-end client should not leave us looking at it. So that you need to work on in a balanced way. Now, so when you look at the funnel setup on a blog, which we discussed over another funnel earlier, we also discussed the landing. It's in terms of a website. Now we are going to discuss about the funnels based on a blog. That's slightly different from the website perspective. So how do you set up a funnel for your blog? So a user, read your content. Especially you think about it's a high-end offer. As I mentioned, in your blog should have a high-end offer and average customers offers also you can be. High-end offer is given an important mode. Okay. So they opted for email list as a first page. It's a freebie. So your first step of your funnel will be sometime you're talking about, okay, maybe high-end, you're doing a consulting work setting up a shopping mall. So you say, I'll give you free consulting for, or maybe my consulting report about 2020 after Corona. What is that happening? So that report to download, that's a free you're given, or you're given your ebook, or you're something you're given as a freebie, but you are taken his email. So that's a opt-in. That's a step one of your funnel. Now, when you remember that is actually a lower priced offer around 50 to 100 results you can have, but it's not important. Now, once he given an opt-in email list, send an automated welcome email and tell a story and take them to set a meeting with you. That's one other thing you can do. So thank you so much for downloading the report. I would like to have a discussion with you, blah, blah, blah. You can actually start doing this. Now, usually it's a B2B client, set a meeting with, the high-end consulting offer. Usually they pay and set up a meeting as well. Now, so if you're doing a consulting offer, you need to talk about what the consulting you're providing, what the value you can provide, and what the value the organization gets at. So from the day one, your goal to make money blogging should be driving traffic to your consulting page, talking about online and offline consulting. And now earlier I used to say online consulting, people say, who comes with online consulting? Now everything happened through the Zoom and other messengers and other video calling app. So we need to focus that on to get it, especially the consultant must focus to have these kind of a content. So make sure the page has a professional picture because the people really value, looking at your, they judge you as, the first impression by looking at your pictures, that understand, okay, what kind of a content, what kind of a person I can, comfort level they desire. So that's a good portfolio website you should have. I mean, pictures you should have in your blog website, not blog itself. Now, homepage, start here, about page and blog post should be strategically linked to your consulting page as well. So basically the upsell is happening, or maybe the sell is happening, not you're in a freebie column. Once you come inside, you're selling consulting pages, consulting services, so you need to bring them inside. So you use the magic email formula. What is that? Is when building a list of funnel, you need to use an email marketing software, of course, that we discussed with ESP, and coupled with on-site email and opt-in tool, generate the most email subscribers. Okay, so you can use you can actually opt-in tools. You can generate the email subscribers. Also, you can use their one. So a simple text email will generate the most revenue. Usually, as we discussed, this image is not necessary. A simple text is better, but if it is image you are using, make sure that he can open, as we discussed. So focus on email marketing and reach out to the maximum number of people. So before you start, you should be equipped with a good blog, with a blogging website or a WordPress blog you can have. Now, you also think about what are the blog posts you wanted to promote. And the website must include, about page, start here page, contact page, consulting page, resources page, email opt-in page, contact us, and it will be there. So an active email sales funnel with a welcome email series, you can go. So once the content marketing writers, a freelancer ready who help you with the guest post, you can actually take them to write for you. That's another option you can have. And once all things you have covered, then it's ready to launch your blog. Now, once you log this, once you launch your blog, and your backlinks become a very important part to Google to get a rank in Google initially itself. So you can also start building an influencer relationship based on this blog, and say that I have a blog. I would like you to have a look into and recommend your thing. Definitely they charge you. Most of the time they charge you. Sometimes the first time they may not charge, but usually they charge you, right? So you make that way in a relationship. Now, once we have this one, we need to set a goal. So you can go for a weekly goal, an example. So maybe week one goal should be, you need to reach out to the influencer outreach and identify the influencers. That can be the first step. Then you make sure that is you have at least a 5 guest posts is there. Then second tier professional connection you should have. Then join communities and a blogging platform. So these are the things in the week one you're planning to do. So once, if these 4 or 5 steps you are planning to do, so you need to start. Action plan is important. So how do you reach out to the influencer relationship? So you can use your own network, and you can also use the platforms to reach out to these influencers, or you may look into the competitors. You'd also understand that one, right? So that's one. Then you can also use a various professional network on this one, or also you can join various blogging communities as well. So that's the first thing, first week you may do if you are setting up the blog for making money part. Okay. Now, goal, second week to third week, what you exactly do. The first 2 guest posts is published. Make sure that is published, and then you took you can approve to contribute to 5 more guest posts if they allow. You can do that one, and you can have a you can have outreach of high-end B2B client personas like avatar which we discussed. You can actually start doing that as well. Now, the first 2 guest posts actually make sure that is published under your name, and it's introduce yourself, and you can provide a value to that introduction. So it gives you an introduction to many other people as well. Then what the 4th week goal is outreach to high-end B2B client personas and more guest posts published. Begin with the link network. So share your posts on social media and various other network as well. Now, high-end B2B client personas. So a blog is one of the things which you can actually target high net worth individual people. That's the reason one of the things I keep telling. It is not necessary you have to only remain as an affiliate marketing style or your target audience. The blog you have a much higher, especially the B2B segment people read. As I mentioned, it is the client which I attracted. All of them were B2B, not a B2C. So B2B client personas is the best thing to start with for a blog. And follow with your list and offers to set up a meeting. That's a first step for to having a building relationship. Then you need to go to the market. Now, before we go to the next step, I just wanted to recap here. So that people are making $100,000 and $10,000 through the blog. So if you are planning to make that kind of money, I'm not talking about you're talking $100, $200, and looking for SEO and generating a lead. That's a separate thing as we discussed earlier. And again, we can also discuss a part of this one, but it's important is I'm talking about you are making money aspect. Now, sell a 200 affiliate marketing products. When you look at it this way, you want to sell around 200 affiliate marketing products, through affiliate marketing. So average sale of 50 per sale. So now when you look at it is, how much money you can make it on. So average 10% your commission is getting. So 200 into 50, and you can see that way you can calculate, and you can have that amount you're planning to reach on. Now, you also try to, if you're a consulting or any other business, you try to do a kind of a high-end consulting deals. That's one is you need to decide. And when you compare this two, which one is easier, you need to decide. If you ask me, definitely I will go with high-end value of the client. That's been my experience. I feel that's the easiest one to do that as well. So the consulting option require a little expertise and the sales funnel. So again, the sales funnel is important here. Now, you need to make money in a completely different way. So especially the monetizations are very, very important for you to have. The monetization option, as you know, the Google AdSense is the best. There's no substitute on Google AdSense, but the problem is Google AdSense gives you less money if you have less traffic. You need to have a good established traffic, then Google AdSense gives you. It's a good one. Then, of course, the Yahoo publisher, do not neglect. 16% of the market they hold now, including Microsoft. So it is a very, very important to take a publisher account and do that as well. Another recommend is actually, if you look at it, is Contera is actually recommend for you to have a monetization part. And of course, we discussed this, a blog part is a ClickBank when you discuss about the affiliate mastery. Through the blogging you're doing in affiliate marketing, ClickBank is the best one. You know that a 50%, 75%, 85% commission from ClickBank we can have for various products. Then you can also have another advertising network called the LookSmart, and this also gives you good number of good advertisement as well. And a peak click is a latest and basically PPC market. When you look at that, also give you an opportunity. So these are the things basically you should look into. Now you can also go to the affiliate program. So various affiliate program. As all of you know, affiliate program in detail. So I'm not covering again what is an affiliate program. You can have an affiliate link as we discussed in the strategies. With a keyword is a different method you can do. Then you can have a video ads. When your blog, you'll allow them to put a video ads. That can be also one method. Now, some of the good bloggers usually make money through donations. So there are many people work on that, say, I'm writing about this article and give me this much donation. Some people even like a crowdfunding method is also there. But I'm talking in terms of money making method. Donations also are very, very important methods of getting money. Okay. Now, you can also give a lot of comparisons or in features, information about the products you can do or the niche which you are choosing. So what are the products and new products is coming with the competitors, you can do comparison. Now, the iPhone 12 is launched. Now the Huawei, the product launching, you can actually do a comparison, or with the Samsung you can do a comparison. Or you bought an iPad, you wanted to compare with that in the Galaxy, you can also do. So you can actually compare this information. Products is another option. Now, another one is email newsletters. As you know, that is one method to reach out to the maximum number of people on a weekly basis. As we discussed, you can have a now various kinds of ad banners. You can keep it in your so it depends on the size. You should have a proper place to paste it and keep it there in the blog part. Now, paper lead is another method. You get paid from different companies through this. We generate a lead and get paid is another thing. And Google AdSense we already discussed. Okay. Now, what work for someone may not work for you as well, right? It will be work for some people, not work for everybody. That's another thing. So most of the common way of making a monetizing is definitely affiliate links. So through that's one is exactly you make more money according to me. Affiliate link is the best one to create, to make monetization. And you also go through the moment you have a good blog, the commission junction like an affiliate networks will really help you to sign up with them as well. Now, there are a few smaller networks pay more than the commission junction. So you need to look into not only the commission junction like a large network. So you can also look for a smaller network, startups network, and they give you more commission. Now, content-based ads and search ads, you can actually promote doing contextual advertisement has to be the best one. And even if the ads don't look like an ad, because too much of ad will actually leave the website immediately, right? Now, various format you need to think about the banners. Different format you can use based on your website blog structure. You can also use the different banners on there. Now, your website background color and font color, link color is important in the branding perspective. When you discuss about that portion, we cover in the blog also. It's applicable. Your look and feel is important. Okay. Now, most of the link, the link is a unit 2 is important, and make sure the ads are very relevant to do this one. So target more expensive keyword, as I discussed. It is not necessary you need to go for a smaller keywords. And expensive key. When I say expensive, means where people spend more. That exactly I'm talking about. The key, it's expensive one. Put competitors and low CTR advertisers on your block list. Understand and peep them what exactly they're doing it is. And you can also flash-based the graphics you can use in the blog. But the most important part is the content. So the moment you say the blog, it's coming to your mind is it's a lot of reading material. So blog is a very, very important. The content is important, and the most important at the beginning today we discussed about the blog must have keyword-based content. So you need to have a proper on-page and off-page SEO. You should have that one. Then you make an optimized placement where your visitor is more likely to look at. Now you make sure that is a look and feel of the website is done very properly. Now, now you can also click through tools like Crazy Egg to see where people tend to click. You can actually Crazy Egg gives you for a blog which are the places they're clicking. You can actually sign up for free. Actually, it is a free tool. You can use it. Because I mentioned it in the tools part. But again, you can note down Crazy Egg, you can actually get this in detail. Okay. Now, definitely above the fold is the best, no doubt about it. Okay. And the content, we need to wrap it again. Now, when you do a submit button, you know, the search box and submit button is nearby, which gives a more user to come back again to the website and spending more time on your blog. Okay, so you can look in, and plus the advertisement you are placing, you can also have in beautifully placed in a systematic method. So look and feel is important, even there reading about it. Okay. You can also add something like a public service ads, and which is when I recommend you to do sometime based on a cost as a fee, and that gives you value for it. Okay. And sometimes you're not getting an ad. That's another thing. You can go and put this kind of an ad there, because the new advertiser, when you're seeing, they see your ad is already there. So that is making me confidence. It is even public service ad is there in his blog. So let me grab this opportunity. Okay, so that's an important part. Okay, so you can display your own house ads, and sometimes you can also have that way. And you can actually in Google backfill, you can have allfeeds.com, you can choose, and Google AdSense Plus also you can choose to have it here. Okay. Now another thing is important. Not all visitors are created equal. That's we need to accept that fact. So crank up the ads for who are not converting. Sometimes you have to leave them. So those you are interested in converting, unless you have a very high CPM, look into look at the more conversion part. That's an important part. Okay. Now, what are the channels? When you promote on it, so up to 200 is actually various channels allowed. By location wise, actually you can actually promote on it. Now you can also have a URL based channels, and you can also have a custom based channel. So what is going too far is ads adjustment as images you can have, and wrapping up the keywords in a small bit of text with the Google Ads section also you can add in the Google part. Now you can also have a Google AdSense plus YPN together, and people actually you do that one. There's no harm in that. People actually use that one as well. Okay. And now you can also do YPN optimization, ypnblog.com, and you go and you can actually do that one. You can a lot of articles there to read. I'm keeping the reference. You can do that one. Okay. Now you can also do many other examples. If you say writers.net and looker.com, you can actually see how they're making that one. Now, how do you optimize your blog for better ranking? As you know, as we mentioned earlier as well, getting a ranking on a Google is very important as a blog. That way you can increase it is. So, of course, the passionately written content, as we discussed earlier, and it should come with a good keywords. As there is no other shortcut as do that one, right? And we also check with the domain authority aspect as well. Okay. Now, never forget, traffic is the lifeblood of your blog, and without traffic, this blog is actually cannot make money. Okay, so to attract more the people on it, you make sure that is you have a good traffic coming in, and you also think about the quality traffic it's coming in. Now, you also look at the people when they need the information. So they're searching on a Google.com or Yahoo.com. Now look at them, target them when the moment they look for it. As when the Google search comes, the first few result is always from the blog. So you utilize this one as well. Okay. So in this purple search information, your site, the top result is coming. It's very important. You actually plan that one as part of your SEO itself. Okay. So there are a lot of more complexity method also people use a blog. According to me, is not necessary, but the minimum level you should do it is to optimize for it. Okay. Yeah. Now, for example, we take an example for then easy to understand. If you take an example of a gadgets, so you want to check the Google whether it's a very competitive keyword as we discussed. Now, at the same time, there are lot many search result is coming, and as I mentioned, you can never ever beat this kind of attempt, right? This is actually I have been telling about never fight with the people if you are sure about defeating. Same rule is applicable for a blog search engine as well. There's not a result is there. Okay, so I feel I cannot beat them. I don't think so. Then don't fight with them. Okay, so narrow down our scope and focus upon no, maybe only a one kind of a segment of a technological. That's one of the niche when you're choosing. As I used to say, narrow down and get down. So you can choose that keywords to a more narrow down and getting the traffic on it. So then when you narrow down, that is immediately it's start reducing to the drastically at a good level. So at least that portion you will be able to get to target, right? That's an important aspect. So it's a more manageable, it's more achievable, more realistic, and possibility of our ranking is very high. So that's exactly we should do it. Now, for example, when you look at the optimizing as a technological regardless, you can actually try it as to even other one. There is nothing harm in it, but actually focus on this one. Okay, and you can also get a title of the blog. You can keep that one, and you can try this kind of a method, putting into the title and now exact phrase people are doing using for a blog title and getting ranked. Now, your best technological gadget blog, so work great. This kind of a line you can use in your content, and even your title of the content also you can have that one. Okay, so our, you can page heading also can have a method for optimizing for that. Now, important is actually search engines, what your page is about. So technological gadget, as it's a broad match keyword. Still, there's a possibility there they can show. So the blog, as there's a compared to website, because the content reach and the nature of the blog, it's a high possibility of getting a better ranking on it. Okay, so technological guards, you can that's as a broad match indicator. You can actually try the same method to rank on it. Okay, so if it is frequently occurring in the phrases, it's a relevant topic. Definitely the broad match. This is one of the strategies we'll be discussing about the OISM. As we discussed about the OISM, we also use a broad match strategy as well. Now, however, what the most important bit all? It's important to always keep in mind you are writing a real life people who read your blog and obtain the information. So it's not make a spam, and you write with the keyword. But when you write with the keyword, make sure that is, of course, search engine reading. But in compared to website detailed pages, the website fourth and fifth pages usually mostly Google read, not you read. But here in the blog, actually people read. So make sure that is you write according to the keywords, and the Google also search engine also give a value, and the people also value it. Okay. So this is an important aspect, and I think that with this up to our time. So we'll continue this. The rest of the things, important other setting apart as we discuss tomorrow. So thank you so much, all of you. Now, what is a I would like you to try this a blog part. Even you're not trying to become a blogger, it's important to use a blog part of your other business as well. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you. I went quite fast. I was trying to finish today. Still, I could not do. We'll try to tomorrow, and we'll take it. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you. And a few minutes from now, I'll join in the mastermind, and we'll take that question from there. Thank you.